to 9. But this morning we want to start with that warning from the Irish Pharmacy Union. It says it has conducted a survey which finds that there is medicine shortages all over the country, and the biggest problem being a lack of depression and pain relief drugs, most commonly, some of the most commonly described medicines. To find out more, Rory O'Donnell is the president of the IPU, the Irish Pharmacy Union, and he's with me now. Good morning, Rory.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm well, and I hope you are too. Let's talk about this. So what have you done? You've got in contact with all the pharmacies to check with their stocks.
We have indeed. Medicine shortages has been a problem for some years, and I should say it is an international problem. But unfortunately, it appears to have got worse in Ireland over the past while. We recently carried out a study, a survey of our members, and we got some alarming results back. The vast majority, almost everyone, has noted medicine shortages over the last 12 months, and 91% have actually reported that they believe the problem has actually got worse. And almost half of those pharmacists believe that in some way or another it has affected health outcomes per patient. So it's a very big problem for Irish patients at this moment.
Okay, what's the cause?
The cause is multifactorial. We have a very, very small and open economy, obviously on the edge of Europe, 4.5 million people. We're right on the edge of countries that have tens of millions of a population. So drugs and goods in general will flow from one area to the other quite readily, and that does happen with medicines as well. So there's quite a lot of different reasons why medicines can go short. Sometimes it can be a production issue. Sometimes it can be trade, wholesale trade across borders. But there's quite a lot of reasons. But the problem is patients are doing without medicines, which is not good for their health, and pharmacists are doing their very, very best to access stocks that they can't get very frequently. So
the pharmacists, I mean, there's a whole load of trading then has to go on, or a whole load of, I suppose, manoeuvres has to go on to get the medicines that your patients need. You mentioned negative effects. Can you tell us about that? I mean, how serious is that? Is that you couldn't get the cold sore cream you wanted, or is that a medicine that was vital for maintaining a heart disease, or something wasn't available?
Well, it can be a lot. Well, obviously it's serious for somebody with a cold sore if they can't get cold sore creams, but we're not reporting any problems with those. What we are reporting is issues getting hold of medicines in certain cases for depression, in certain cases for nerve pain or neuropathic pain. And last year we reported widely the problems of getting L-Troxin, which is a drug used to treat thyroid disease. The most recent examples that our members are reporting to us are Cymbalta, which is used for depression. Very frequently it's prescribed in a hospital setting by a consultant psychiatrist, and sometimes the only solution is to actually refer the patient back to the prescriber, and you can imagine how difficult that is.
Rory, can I just ask you as well, just on it's a related topic, but later on this week, the Minister for Health and the man who runs the HSE are going to have their check-up. It's a quarterly thing in front of the Oireachtas where they answer questions of the Health Committee, and undoubtedly savings and costs spent on things like drugs are going to come up. The health budget is obviously under a lot of scrutiny. Are savings being made there? Because people criticise the government that they're plucking the numbers out of the sky, that we're going to save 190 million this year or 200 million this year on generics. Can you see, as president of the IPU, that there is money being saved? Because we still seem some of the most expensive place in Europe for medicines.
Yes, quite a lot of medicines have come down very, very significantly over the last number of years in price in Ireland, and very rapidly as well. Obviously, you know that the reference pricing and generic substitution legislation is now in place, and it is anticipated that reference pricing will kick in sometime towards the end of this year, and certainly it will save quite a lot of money, there's no question about it. However, as part of this survey, we also would urge a warning that if that price is set too low, it's very possible that it will drive suppliers out of the market, and it will exacerbate the problems that we are now talking about, i.e. medicine shortages. So we have to be very, very conscious to get the price right, not to drive it too low too fast, because this is a problem.
So the savings haven't started yet?
Oh yeah, some savings are certainly in the bag, there's no question, and there's only one direction that the price of medicines are going, and that's down, and we've already seen quite significant drops. Their savings have been made, very, very significant savings over the last number of years, and further are anticipated.
Okay, Rory, thank you for speaking to me this morning. Rory O'Donnell is the president of the Irish Pharmacy Union. It's 14 minutes past 7 on Monday.